drink anymore, otherwise you'll think I need help.
Hello, everybody, we're live! Hashtag save Haley. Incredible, no notes. That's everything you need to know. We're gonna dive in right into what we're doing. Hello, everybody! And welcome back. Yes, the Haley emotes continue to increase.
Oh my god.
What is it?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Hold on. Let me just fix this up really quickly.
If you are not Jesus, I'm gonna die. Chat, write it in. It's the first 4 minutes.
This is strictly just me and Conlon just
Oh God,
doing all the gags.
if you are not aware of the shenaniganery we get up to, hi, welcome to Tales of Initiative. We're a bunch of silly chuckle fucks that are too fucking rad. You should join our Discord where we punk each other constantly by making random emotes of the things we do on stream.
I just found the text thread.
Yeah. So if you have suggestions of the faces you would like to see from Haley, Bell, or anyone else, emboldened, embiggened, and put on stream for everyone to enjoy. We love these faces. We love using them in inappropriate ways and providing a whole new context to all the things we do. If you'd like to do any of that, join our Discord. If you'd like to do even more silly things like tell us what merch we should make or say which games we should play, go join our Patreon. No, here to come the on-screens. The on-screen Haleys are incoming. Ooh, they're everywhere. Get away.
Hold on,
Oh,
you're
man.
following suit.
No.
Hey!
Hey! Speaking of following suit, Jesus Christ, dude, speaking of following suit, Robert, no, we are playing The Beckoning Dream, which is a tarot card-based deck builder game. So if you're familiar with like the classic Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and all those kind of like collectible card game sort of things, like that, but without, you know, the collectible chase idea. Instead, you take some tarot cards, which you may or may not already have, and you look at the beautiful, beautiful art on there, and you shuffle up, make a deck, and you start playing. And we have been doing that. We made characters last week, and we started diving into a surreal journey through the path of fear, the catacombs where dreams go to die. But I am getting a little bit ahead of myself. Are there any other announcements we want to say at the top of this show? We got Spawners, Sea Galley. Go check them out. I'm all over the place. Chat is unhinged.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what.
That sticker, that top of the show sticker stole a little bit of your soul.
It truly did.
This is out of control. The emojis in chat are out of control.
I'm ready to play. Where are
Heck
we?
yes.
What are we
Mini
doing?
bits.
I guess-
I need
guess-
a recap.
Yes, you will
I guess
get.
the only other thing we need to mention is just like next week, it won't be Vengalia, but it will be something else that we will be
Yes.
working on. So.
We help the Haley Relief Fund. Hashtag save Haley. We're letting Haley really far out of her cage. Haley's gonna be GMing starting next week for the whole month of December. We're gonna be. Well, I don't want to steal any of your thunder. Do you want to tell us what we're gonna be playing?
We're going to be playing my version of Faraway Seas Animal Adventure. So I like to change things up and do as I will rather than as the rules say. So I have used that as my inspiration for a pirate adventure.
Nice.
That'll be like a little bit Christmassy themed. It's
Yar.
really up to the holidays.
Heck yes. I'm excited. We're all gonna be making fun, adorable animal pirates and jumping in starting next week. So this will be the last time we're playing the Beckoning Dream. This will be the end of our little Beckoning Dream one-shot, two-shot, I guess. There's no such thing as one-shots. Those are impossible. Just look at our like 4-hour run times in the VODs on YouTube, which, by the way, we're getting close to 400 subscribers over on YouTube. Go check it out over there. We got clips. We got all of our VODs. We got all of our charity streams up there so that you can watch all of our silly faces all the time. I think that's it in the way of announcements. We'll have yes, TPK this coming Monday, along with
Yes.
more Tales This Tales. And then we will have a like big Christmas break. There's gonna be a couple weeks break, and there's gonna be some scheduling changes coming up. We will keep you in the loop on all of that as it nears. In the meantime, though, we ready for a little bit of a recap and to dive back in to the Beckoning Dream?
Yeah.
Wunderbar. You three are dreamers, awakened minds that have become aware of the shared subconsciousness, the world of dreams that is semi-stable, informed by all the minds attached to dreams. You have left your own little tiny pockets of dreamland away in the fading realm, and you are now maneuvering through the path of fear that dives through the catacombs where dreams go to die. You have been facing off the challenges there in a prolonged duel against the catacombs as they are trying to test you, trying to foil you, and trying to make you lose yourselves. You've all been split up, but you've been slowly regaining your numbers. Magnus and Ezra, the dreamers of Conlon and Mel, respectively, have reunited. Magnus in his bondage, BDSM, like Minotaur get-up, gas mask. Ezra looking like Xena warrior princess style, moving through these catacombs together. And the third member, Cade, the clay face with long dark green clay face, sort of mushy monster with long dark hair, has just sent out 3 ravens, Edie style, to sort of map out some of the catacombs and try and help her find her way through. And now we're gonna dive back in. I believe, I cannot remember actually whose turn it is, but the nice thing is you always get to choose whose turn it is next. Does everyone have their cards? Everyone's got their futures, their presents, their pasts. Everyone ready
Absolutely.
to go?
I will say,
So,
these 3 cards were either my hand or my draw deck. I don't know which one, so I'm going with them the direction that I'm going.
It's gonna be fine. Whatever it is, that's how it is now.
I have my pyre, I have my future, I have my present. I don't know where my past went.
Whoopsies.
And I don't know if it got added to another pile, but it should be face up, so why is
Oh,
it
no.
not?
Oh no. You might have actually just shuffled. You might not have a pass at the moment. That might have been what happened.
Yes, that is exactly what just happened. Yes, because I was like, there's too many cards in my future as well. And then, no, that's exactly what happened. I had, because I can only hold 2 fucking cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, yep. It's all good.
Haley
We're back on track.
Haley has been taking some punishment in this first couple of challenges. A quick reminder of what all of your guides are. Ezra's is, this was all in answer to what do you fear based on one of your cards. Ezra's was the 2 of Wands, a judgmental eye. Cade's was the 4 of Wands, blinding darkness. And Magnus's was the Ace of Swords, entangled power. So you are looking for those visuals somewhere in cards. Those can help you. And as a reminder of our dream spread, the cards you will be facing, you are currently on the High Priestess, who took a lot of your cards at the start of this game. But hey, you're getting close. I only have 3 cards left in my future. The catacombs have no awareness. They are just acting on instinct. There are 2 cards in my past, the 6 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. And it is now time to continue. So which one of you will be first?
I'm thinking Haley should probably go, because let the crows fly. Caw.
Ah!
Caw.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I don't get to look at this. I'm just pulling a blind card. That's why I'm doing the Bill Murray
What
thing.
do I need to do again? Oh yeah, nah, shit.
Pick three.
I remember.
What are we doing?
I
Bueller?
remember.
Sure.
I've got the Four of Wands.
Got the Ace of Pentacles.
Ooh! Haley's voice is all chipper and happy because you know that you've countered me. Pentacles counter wands, so
Yes.
I get to pick nothing, even though I have the higher value. So I would score a triumph, but that changes to a counter because you played Pentacles, and you get to you score a setback, so you get to pick one thing. What would you like to pick?
Oh yes.
And remember that if you deal stress to me, I have nothing but bad options. So dealing just one stress to me is effectively dealing 3 stress.
Oh yes, I see it. Okay. I'm going to let's do that.
Okay, just a
Do
simple
the thing that hurts.
simple press just to deal some stress to me. Oh man. You
Yeah,
know,
because you don't have a present, do you?
I don't. I have no cards to
No,
pick
cool.
from. I can't flinch. I have no awareness. I can't blink. So I either have to burn or blind burn.
Yeah.
There are 2 juicy cards in my past, so I'm actually going to blind burn. I'm going to burn the top card, which ends up being the 3 of Pentacles. So sadly, I believe this one had Conlan's Guide. Oh, the blue is getting removed, but yeah. So no more entangled power from my deck, sadly for you. But I'm keeping my 5 and 6 and 4. And then, Haley, what would you like to do now? Who's up next? So I forgot. We're not saying the narrative of what's happening here. So what is your was it the Ace of Pentacles? What does that look
It was
like?
the Ace of Pentacles, and it looks like a tree trunk with a bunch of like split lines. So this, I would think, is like it's reminiscent of the splitting of the ravens going in all the different directions. And that center point there, I'd like it to be like I found the path I need to go to get back to the rest of the people.
Ooh, okay, I like this. So what I'm gonna say is you've not found your friends. You could do that by doing
No.
fallbacks and other stuff. But what I will
Yes.
say is you see a path leading like up, like significantly up, like something that feels like this is the way out. So now you've at least got
Yes.
like that kind of fixed in your mind, and now it's just like, okay, now I just need to find the other people. Like you've kind of solved half of it. Who's going next, Haley?
Ezra.
It me.
It me.
It me.
Kick
Okay.
that catacomb's ass.
That's gonna be a little hard.
And what
Come on, Kaiba.
4 of Pentacles.
Well, I got a 2 of Pentacles.
Hey, so I am going to score a triumph, and you are going to score a setback. There's no countering
What?
because we're the same suit. Yep.
Okay.
So I get to pick 3, and you get to pick 1.
Okay.
Now, then I will say one of the nice options for Pentacles, especially on a setback, is trap. You can redirect some of the stress you are probably about to take into a much kinder form.
I believe this was my.
As for me, I get to pick 3. I am going to pick. Okay, I'm gonna be fully mean because I'm about to get punched out of this game. I'm pretty sure. Or y'all are nearing the end of the catacombs. You've almost figured it out. I'm going to say, I'm going to misdirect you, so reduce your
Okay.
awareness by 1.
Okay.
I'm going to devastate you. I'm going to deal 2 stress to you, and then I am going to hinder Magnus.
Okay.
So I'm going to reduce Magnus's next card by 1.
So misdirect, and then
So I'm gonna deal 2 stress to you. I'm gonna reduce your awareness by 1, and I'm gonna -1 to Magnus's next card.
okay. So now that I have awareness, I only have 1, so I'm gonna put this in my not burn, but
You
past
don't
pile.
have to discard down. So even if you only have 1 awareness and you have 2 cards in your present, you get to keep those 2 cards. It just means you don't draw back up later.
I had 2 cards when I had
Okay.
the 2 of Pentacles, so now it's at 1. So now
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
You're discarding that to
Flinching.
yes.
discard that. So does that mean I
You still have
blind...
one stress to deal with, which
Okay.
if you wanted to keep that card instead of flinching it, you could do something else. You could like burn and then get rid of all, or blind burn and get rid of all the stress all at once.
Can I draw and flinch?
You
Whatever
cannot
it is.
draw and flinch. No.
Damn it. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I'd ask. Because now I have nothing, at least at the moment, so...
Pentacle Tor.
So I just did that one flinch.
Which you could, if you wanted to simplify, you could just blind burn instead. Or if you wanted to, you could flinch and then burn something out of your past. Because you have no present, so you'd be able to pick from all the cards in your past.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna burn my Ace of Swords.
Okay.
So that's gonna burn.
Nice.
Then my Ace of Cups, which was in my present, or in my hand.
Yep.
Goes to my past, and now I'll draw just the one card.
Yep, draw just the one
I'm
card.
Very glad I didn't
Nice.
blind burn.
Very good. It paid off.
Yay! Okay, and then for you,
So you have one awareness, correct?
yes.
Okay. I'm keeping a note of this. Haley,
Okay.
Cade has 2 awareness and Magnus is at 3.
I'm
Okay.
gonna press, cause fuck you.
Yes. And I have to burn something from my past, so I'm going to burn my weakest. I'm going to burn the 4 of Wands.
Okay. But that's your weak motherfucker. Okay.
I have a 5 of Pentacles and a 6 of Wands in my past.
Okay. Do I do the
Alrighty.
setback still or no?
No, that was your one pick, was
Gotcha.
the press.
Gotcha.
Okay. Who's going next?
I'm gonna do Magnus just because he still has 3 awareness, so sorry. You're muted, Matt.
Muted, Matt.
Thank you. For y'all keeping track of what cards I have, it is the 4 and 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. This is all I have now. So I'm going to shuffle these up, and I'm about to lose one of those, and then you get to face off against the other 2. So, I lose the 4 of Pentacles, so I have my 2 best cards still. Which one of them is this one?
Hindered, correct?
You are hindered one, yeah.
Okay.
The 5 of Pentacles for me.
6 of Swords.
6 of
So-
Swords! Ah! Amazing. So you counter me because truth always beats a lie, and you score a success because you've just outright, 6 versus 5. 6 is bigger, or yours is 6, so it would be 5-5. It would be a clash. You still get to pick 2, though. So you get to pick 2, I pick 0.
I'll do a press. Yeah. And then I will do a help for Haley.
Nice. You can't help Haley because she's not
Oh,
with
that's
you.
right. She's not here. That's
Yeah.
right.
She's lost in the maze.
I'll hinder the catacombs then.
Okay. Hinder me. Got it. I got dice this time, so I could remember that. Amazing. Oh, actually, so you've done 1 stress to me. I have no past. I have no present. I think you just win because I must blind burn this card. It goes away. Now I have nothing. There's only 1 card in my past. I have to shuffle that up to make a new future. And I must blind burn when I shuffle. So I blind burn my last card that I just played. So how does Magnus find the way out? And maybe you were originally intending this help towards helping Cade. So it turns out you are helping Cade by finding her. So how is your 6 of Swords doing this?
I think Magnus just sort of force of will, instead of a, labyrinthian structure of catacombs, they all just sort of Inception style rearrange themselves into one long hallway. And so we're just all on the way out, and in a line.
Nice. So Cade, you're like, I found the exit, and then you turn around, and all these hallways are just sort of like just smushing together, and you see Magnus and Ezra coming up, and you are free of the catacombs. Well
Freedom!
done. Which, by the way, means one of the cards in our dream spread is yours. You have earned this XP. So at the end of the session, you will get 1 XP for this card. It is resolved successfully
Yay.
in your favor.
Yay!
We did it.
You
we
did it.
did it.
Hooray! Yeah, we did it.
Excellent.
We all know what song is in our heads.
Yeah, we do. Yes. We don't need to. Yeah. Wonderful. You all meet up. Is there anything you're doing once you all find each other again? Cade looking maybe a little worse for wear. All of you looking a little haggard. Except maybe Ezra. Ezra, I feel like, tanked this thing.
Woohoo. Probably just assisting the other two, like getting Magnus's head screwed on back right and trying to like fix Cade's face because half of them is
No,
gone.
I only have half a body. Yeah, exactly. Just reshaping it.
Yeah, just
Can the ravens come back?
The ravens come back. Like one of them is like perched at the end of this like tunnel leading out, like and just like blup, 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 like does that little like bird hop thing and then like reforms into you.
Beautiful. I have half of a left arm again. Let's go. I'm much shorter now. That's what happened.
Yes.
I'm back to being human shaped.
Do I draw back up after?
Yes, you draw back up. So if y'all you absolutely get to draw back up. Your awareness is still lowered, the two of you. The only way to restore awareness is to have something happen in the game that is either like narratively restful, which is fairly rare, or for you to use I believe the Cup's Triumph effect is to be able to restore some awareness to someone.
Yeah, but then everything in our burn pile stays in our burn pile.
The burn's gone.
Yep.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Oh no.
You, moving up into this next room, and it actually before it's just been this, labyrinth of hallways and catacombs. This feels like a room. You're entering this place that is filled with vines. There is this sense of like quiet peace that is just sort of like overgrown. These plants are covering all of the walls, and you can see almost entirely hidden by vine work, there is this massive door in front of you. At first, it's like, oh, there's this great place, and then it's some of the shapes hidden by the vines start to peek out at you a little bit and start to make a little bit more sense, and you're noticing that they look like skulls, like bodies, like things discarded here, all entombed in the vines. And what this is representing is the Empress. The Empress is our second card, who represents abundant growth and sort of a nurturing mother figure, fertility. How that is represented here is there is a door that guards the exit of these catacombs, that you must prove yourselves. You must prove your purpose is worthy of opening the door. And so what this is going to be is called an effort. It's not like a duel. I don't have a deck of cards. There's going to be a spread of cards that at any point you can pick to interact with. So the Empress is going to form the core of that. She is the lock. The two doors flanking on either side of this sort of like blooming flower lock in the middle are represented by cards that I drew beforehand so that I'd be able to call on whoever needs to have their cards shown. These are the cards that you pitched into the dream deck at the very beginning of setup last session. It is the 6 of Wands from Haley, and it is the 2 of Cups from Mel. So if y'all could show those real quick just to get an idea of what those look like. Because at any point, if there are guides or anything like that shown on these cards, you can keep using those throughout this effort. The cards you are pitted against do not change.
Was it the 6 of Wands? Is that
The
what it
6
was?
of Wands, yes. Ooh, so like a butterfly, and we've got these like twigs coming up, and then Mel, can you give a little bit of description on yours? I can't quite. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted, Mel.
The muted sad face.
Fuck. Anyway, let's see if I can do some lighting magic. Heh. That's a little better.
A little bit better.
It's the oh my god, the blue screen. So it is essentially it's two women who are embracing, and there's two cups of wine that are being held by one of the hands of one of the two women. So
Nice.
that's it.
Cool. So if you think there are any guides happening, and then this, I will remind you what the Empress looks like in this particular version. The text is blue, so it's all see-through. That's fun. She's sort of reclined imposingly with an apple in her hand. She has the 12 stars for a crown representing the 12 months and her ties to the celestial natures. Also a spider web in the background. I wasn't sure. Maybe some entangled power potentially to be had there. But the way this works is those 3 cards are all sort of set and active. You can decide, this is going to look very similar to like a duel in that you're going to take turns choosing cards for your presence to play against a card from the spread. You get to pick what card you are choosing from the spread to be opposed against. So there's every chance that you can sort of game it. Like if you've got a particular suit that works well against one of the cards in there, then you're golden. Haley has a smile like there's something happening and I'm scared. What's that? Okay. I will say there is a wrinkle to this, and I will do a little friendly reminder that study is something you can always do to try and learn more about what is going on. And thank you for the subs, Reburnables. Thank you.
Thank you, Reburnables.
Reminder that you can always pick the study option if it's like, what the fuck is going on with this shit? To like try and figure out what is happening, what is going on, all the wrinkles that are going to be at play here. So, who wants to go first? I think Magnus, you were the last one to go. So I'll just say that you go first. more on screen Haley's. They're everywhere. Magnus, you get to go first as you are coming into this room and you see all of these vines. There's a sensation of being seen. There's a sensation of all of these vines just sort of trending towards you and just being aware of your presence here.
Okay. So this an effort. Sorry, I got distracted by on-screen celebrations and all the fun stuff. It's fine. So I just play a card. I can't remember.
Yes, you play a card like it's a duel, but you get to pick who you're opposed to. So you've got the 6 of Wands, the Empress, whose value for this I should say is 4. Her value counts as 4. Not like some crazy number. She is suitless, so there's no countering to be had. And then there's the 2 of Cups. So you get to pick which 3 of those cards you want to oppose, and then you play a card to do it, and then we do the score and interpret step all the same way. I won't pick anything in this. So like if my card scores a triumph, it doesn't matter. I don't pick 3 things. None of that happens. You just take stress equal to the intensity of this effort, which we'll reveal when we get there. And the way that you solve this is that there's a difficulty to this effort. When you deal stress to the effort, that's going to tick that difficulty down. Once it reaches 0 or below, you have resolved the effort. You have picked the lock, you have opened the door, you have proven yourselves.
Okay. I'm gonna play this card. So I'm gonna play the 4 of Swords.
Okay.
Against the Empress. I'm gonna make the argument, and I think that this counts, that this has my guide on it. I don't know if it's focused enough to like really see, but
Ooh,
there's
the legs are bound, aren't they?
Yeah, it unlike a lot of the other cards that I have in here, it's a very like restrained bondage.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to say, but is accurate. Everyone else, well, most of the other ones feel very empowered with that. This one feels very like alone and with 3 swords dangling. So I'm gonna make that argument that it's a guide.
I like that argument. I see it. I can 100% get behind that being your guide.
Cool. And that doesn't let me do anything for myself, correct?
You
like this will
can't-
still just.
You can bolster it so you can increase its value to 4.
Yes. Okay. So it'll be to a 5.
Oh, 5. Okay,
Because
gotcha.
It's a 4
Oh, it's
swords,
the
so I'll
3
increase it
above
to a
and
5.
the
Yeah,
one
and then
across.
one
Yeah.
below.
Yeah.
So yes, I'll do that. I'll do a 5 of swords
5 of
against
swords
the Empress.
against the Empress. Cool. So you will score a success. Wonderful.
Yes.
Let me double check. I think that means that you don't take any stress, but I want to double check. I'm forgetting my own rules. Don't mind me. Score the revealed card against the opposed card. If you scored a countered setback or clash, you take stress equal to the effort's intensity. So you score a success, you do not. And then interpret the scored card. So what would you like to do with your 2 options? And
I'll go ahead.
if it helps pick, what does this look like when Magnus is stepping forward and using this 4 of swords bolstered? Maybe it's in the vines feel like they're almost like restraining the power of this room, and so you're sort of able to like use that to increase your metaphysical potency in this moment. What are you doing?
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, I think I was the vines sort of being there. I think maybe just like shriveling a little bit from the exerted presence of Magnus in this room, and I'm gonna give. I can't remember either of your characters' names.
Cade.
I'm gonna give Haley's
Haley.
character, Cade. Yes. Cade, I will give a help because I think you're more set up for the cards that are in this room. I think, and I'm gonna say that that's like kind of narratively, like the vines sort of recede from that like
Nice.
physical presence.
Very cool. So that is one option, helping. And then did you want to do what was the other option?
I forgot that I had 2.
You get to pick 2 because you did
yes,
score a success.
That's right. I will just hinder the room as well.
Okay.
So we'll try to go for a big swingy.
Big swing on the next one. Nice. Okay. So whichever card you oppose, that hinder will affect it. You will be able to reduce its value by 1 the next time. Cool. Wonderful, wonderful. Who's up next? Are you tossing it right over to Cade?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. So you see, Cade, you see these vines withdraw, and you actually see that like sort of blossoming lock. You see some of the petals just sort of like fold in on themselves. It's like the door is sort of responding and beginning to give way. All throughout the room, it suddenly starts to glow a little bit. It's like these little like flowers are starting to wake up. They look like these like dangling waterfalls of orchids, but there's just little eyes instead for the stamens, as they are all just sort of like looking and assessing what is happening with you 3. So what do you want to do?
Is it versing cards? Is that what I need to do?
So yes,
A card to verse?
you pick a card from your present to oppose against either the 6 of Wands, the Empress, who is a 4 of no suit, or the 2 of Cups.
Okay. What happens?
And I will actually post in our little recording chat
So-
the options so that y'all can
Yes,
shop
thank you.
them.
That's a great idea. Now I'm going to give this option, but work with me here as I go through this. The 6 of Wands that you have will be hindered, so it will be a 5 of Wands.
It'd be an effective 5, yes.
And if I put up a 5 of Wands,
That'll
would
be
that
a clash. It'd be a clash,
Okay,
yes.
so that's not bad. That's not bad.
You would
You're
take.
also helped.
You are also helped, so it'd actually be a straight up success. So that's a 6. You were basically flipping the numbers. I would have a 5 and you would have a 6 instead of you having a 5 and I having a 6. And if you were
And
me, then I'd be you.
If I had up one higher number, would that help me or no?
No, not necessarily.
No.
The big thresholds are moving from less than to even to more, and more to double.
Oh,
The
should
other
I
one
go?
is a 2 of Cups, right?
The other one is a
Yeah.
2 of Cups, which
And
you could
Wands
pick that
beats
one.
Cups.
Wands does counter Cups.
and you have a 5 of wands.
And so if you
5
used
versus a 2.
if 5 versus a 2 would be a triumph, you would be able to potentially do a lot here.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yes. Because
Cool.
because what my brain was thinking that once we versed it, we removed the card. But
No.
then you said that the Empress was still there, and then my brain went, wait a
They-
second. Did
they hang
Colin
around.
just get rid of... Yeah, my brain just was like, wait a second.
Nope. all
Which
good.
is what I
let's
was-
do that.
Hoping for with giving a
But,
hinder and a help and a big ol' swing. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
Huge swing.
Makes sense. It's because I thought I needed to create numbers big enough to get rid of the big one.
Mhm.
That's where my brain was going, as like hit points sort of thing. But never mind.
Yeah.
I will choose the 2 of cups with my 6 of wands.
Yes, your effective 6 of wands against effective my ace of cups. So you see on one of the doors, there is this image of these 2 cups sort of flowing into each other. The cups made of like nuts and bark and these woody elements. So this whole room sort of has this nature vibe, and you can, your what does it mean for you to use this wands card in this moment?
So it literally is broken sticks. So I just walk up there, I grab these the cups that are sitting there made of this wood, and I just crack them off, and I just remove them from the wall.
Amazing. So,
The
Here's-
nuts of cups.
here's what I'm gonna say is gonna happen. The nuts of cups. So you score a triumph, which means you're not going to take stress. However, there's a little wrinkle to this room, and
Wrinkle.
a wrinkle to this room. So you crack them, and then immediately you feel yourself sort of like it feels like your frame of reference kind of like cracks and bends around, and it's this like really jarring feeling that like you're fine, you're sort of like retuning yourself, but you see that pedal that had folded in on the central lock, it like snaps back open. You can see that like in some ways you've undone the progress that you like, technically
What
not
a good
mechanically,
triumph.
but you still have a triumph. You still get to pick 3 things. The way that this works is that there's some non-sensory happening. There's an added rule to how this puzzle works. It is very puzzly. And then otherwise the card, hold on. If the card suit is it can't score.
Wah, 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 wah. Got some bongos going in the
Yeah,
background.
get the bongos going while I read my notes that I did not memorize as well as I thought I had.
Oh yeah, I want to devastate.
And not to super metagamey, but you also wanded, so you have deja vu.
You
could
do have
devastate
deja vu,
twice.
yeah. So
Yeah, I'm gonna
Here's-
do that.
here is the wrinkle. So the wrinkle is because of the added curmudgeoniness of this particular lock. You can't score higher than a clash. So you still score the clash, and you can pick 2 things, but of those 2 things, you cannot deal stress with them. You are sort of like blocked from actually like pushing through this door at the moment, as something about this place. You did what you wanted to do, but it's like it feels almost like you're in a dance with this door, and that you stepped on its toe. You did the wrong move.
I'm setting this place on fire.
This is why I highlighted the study effect. If you'd like to do the study effect, you can get a far more helpful clue as to what the fuck is going
That's
on.
just gonna tell me about the cards that you've already told me about.
The study can do other things. The study can do other narrative. Those example questions are
Let's-
not the only things it can do.
Okay, let's add a note to that.
Yes.
I would then like to study 3 times. Fuck this door.
Fuck this door. 2. You can do it 2 times. So you'll study and then deja vu, study again. Dope.
Yep.
Here it says in study, learn something about the challenge you are facing. Below are examples, but don't feel limited to only these. And then it lists off the examples.
On the
Oh,
cheat
on the
sheet,
quick
it
reference.
just says
The cheat
Yeah.
sheet, yes, it just says those. Yes, my apologies. Yep. I was looking in the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Studying twice, brilliant, because there's two things to really learn here. One, you have to play suits in a particular order. Otherwise, this will happen. It's not just about having higher values and countering and picking the right plays. It's also, did you literally play the right suit at the right time? Did you pick this tumbler of the lock? There is a lock to this door, and you are trying to puzzle that out. You do know, as a free hint, you do know that swords was the correct one, because this did not happen to Magnus.
How many locks are there?
There's just the one big old
Sure.
lock. Just the one.
Can I use my
No
second study
door
to
would have two locks.
Can I use my second study to understand if sword being entered is correct now means that the first part of the tumbler is always correct? Or do we need to start again?
In other words, did you lose the progress of having played a swords? You did not. It is
Okay.
waiting for the next. It is still on, like, swords has happened. What's
Yep.
the next one that needs to happen? And you know it's not wands.
Yep. And then I would like to help.
That was two studies, unless
That
you're.
was two studies, which is my two actions. Sorry, because it's no longer a
It's,
triumph.
it's
There's no
capping
third.
you. It's capping you at a
Ignore me.
clash. Nope, that's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
It is a complicated wrinkle to layer on top of the normal rules.
Mm.
Haha! You thought it was just the regular rules. We're playing all the weird rules too. Okay, cool.
And I
But
get to pull up a card now.
and you take a stress you take two
What does
stress.
that mean?
The intensity of another thing you learn, but you don't have to spend a study on this. Another thing you learn is that the intensity of this effort is 2. So you take 2 stress because you didn't score a success or higher.
So rude that
It's very rude. It's very rude. Yes.
Okay, so now what do I need to do that then?
You can
To get
flinch
rid of my stress.
if you have 2 in hand. You can flinch twice.
Yeah. Fuck. Or I can blind burn my future?
Or you could,
Reduce your awareness by 1.
You could reduce your awareness by 1, which would put it to 1.
It's fine. Mine's still 3. This is fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
And by the
You
way,
can join the one club with me.
By the way, for the purposes of people who are wondering, like, what's the difference between 1 awareness and 0 awareness? You don't get to pick any cards. You can table talk what cards you have in your presence. So, like, if you've got the 1, you can make plans with your allies as to, like, hey, I've got a cups, but I need a little bit more value. Can you give me some helps, and then we can play this cups?
Robert,
well,
no.
now I'm flinching twice and I have no cups now. And I draw my 2 last. Wait, do I draw now?
Yes, you draw. Yes.
And then I draw my last 2 cards in the future. And I just have more cups.
Hey, those might be useful. Who goes next?
Ezra,
Oh, goody.
the one I tried to help, but I just vomited on their shoes. I'm nauseous. I hate this place.
You
I'm
went
not
through
a dreamer.
you went through a traumatic brain injury. I think you're okay. It's
So-
I'll take the vomit on my shoes.
Real quick, Mel, before you you play a card, do we think that this is just order around the circle? So swords,
Yes, it's
pentacles,
gotta be
wands, or cups?
pentacles.
Or do we think Matt is tricky with this and it's swords, cups, wands, pentacles, and it goes in reverse order?
Don't take cups from me. I'm not.
I will tell you
say-
all,
I
I
say
don't
put
have
pentacles down.
any cups or wands. I have a single pentacle. So
Do you have a cup, Mel?
I should still have cups, yes.
No, in your hand right now. Do you have a cup?
yeah, what do you have something in your hand that would?
Well, we're gonna draw a blind from the top, so
Oh, 0 awareness.
Oh, wait, yeah, is your awareness 0?
no, my awareness is 1.
So you get to
so
have
you
one in
have one card
hand. You get to have. You get to
so-
know one card that's in your hand.
Uh-huh.
what
Colin,
is it?
did you deal stress to on
did
your
not.
turn? Okay, I was just double checking.
It's a 4 of swords.
Yeah. That doesn't help us.
No.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm helping!
Then I pick
Do you wanna-
Magnus.
You can pick
I
Magnus.
Yeah,
That's the
this
thing
is
is they're
pass
like
it to me, and I can.
Yes.
you can. This is why I said that you can table talk into like, oh crap, if we need to do
Yeah.
suits in the right order, it's not about let's not share this
Yeah.
equally. Let's go to the person who has the right suit
Yes.
to play.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're about to find out if Matt's being tricky or not. I'll play the 1 of Pentacles.
Okay. Against
The 2 of, was it Cups?
2 of Cups. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the 2 of Cups.
Okay. You could, if you were, yes. Okay. Cool. Sorry. Some of these rules are like leaving my brain right as I need them, and then I have to go find them.
good.
Okay. So you will score a setback. The cup will, doesn't matter what the cup scores. It's just about what you score. So you'll score a setback, which means you will take stress, but you'll still get to pick one. What does this cup, this pentacle look like from Magnus?
I think seeing the way that the lock responded to sort of a massive hit, but in the wrong direction, Magnus is gonna weirdly go the cunning route of this, and I think it's subtle, but he basically just tries to I don't even know what I played this character as bullheaded and rushing forward, so trying to do something cunning doesn't make any sense to me. But I think, well, especially knowing that I'm gonna step back here, Magnus steps up like he's gonna take a big swing, like this is gonna be just a massive hit, very swordsy looking, and then at the last second pulls back, because I'm gonna use trap.
Nice.
And yeah, I think that's what it is. Just to see, he sees what the reaction of the room is, and then that is his reaction to the trap that he's setting, basically.
Amazing. So what this looks like is, because you would take stress from this. Pentacles is correct. So you see not just the one pedal from before, but a second one joins. Like it clicks the lock. It's moving in the right direction. But you also see these blooms start to wiggle their way up towards this big heavy hit, and these sunflower looking things open right in your face to try and blind you, and you sort of at the last second you duck, and it ends up blinding these sort of moon orchids on the back, just wince away from the light of their own brethren, own flowery friends in here. So you are going to be able to basically help somebody. It would have done. Here's another thing you're learning. Haley took 2 stress, right? It would have done 3 stress to you, or it is going to do still 3 stress to you, but half rounded up is going to be 2, so you're going to get to increase somebody's next thing by 2. So who do you want to increase, and how are you dealing with that 3 stress?
Interesting. Mel, you have a swords. I don't want. I feel bad skipping. Haley, do you have wands? No? Well, fuck. Is that a yes? You're muted. I think that was yes.
Mel's
How do I get rid of my present to then shuffle again to be able to then get?
take stress would be you just
Yeah, you have to play it.
yeah.
So yeah. So the way that I could do it is if I could lose cards, but otherwise no. I only have.
Okay.
Mel, do you have wands?
Mel, you are muted.
I'm helping. Anyway, I just realized I was saying I had the same question as Haley while muted, so I'm super helpful.
How do you get rid of the cards? It's by taking stress. So at some point you kind of are crap, we're just gonna have to fall on our sword and
Because I don't want to look at it yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 cards in my future still.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your turn. Take some stress.
So Magnus needs to deal with 3 stress, and then it will be I guess you're tossing it over to Ezra in the hopes of filtering out cards and figuring out something.
Because I only have 1 awareness, that's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, I'll burn the 2 of swords.
Ooh,
To
okay.
deal with the stress.
Nice.
Which I then need to shuffle my past again, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, I did draw wands.
Oh.
Just good to know.
Send it back to Con straight away.
You get to pick who goes next after you've drawn up. That's at the end of your turn. So like,
Okay.
you can be like, I drew a wands. I'm just gonna go because that's the card we need.
I'll brute force this.
Do it.
Okay.
Myself.
Who did you want to give that to help to, the trap? I'm willing to say narratively you could have given it to yourself, even though it's kind of like in retrospect, but I'm fine either way.
It's not gonna matter.
Okay.
I don't think, because I'm gonna take the stress no matter what.
That's fair.
Actually no, because okay, hold on. So we're gonna play wands next. There's a 2 of cups, right?
There's a 2 of cups, yeah.
Okay, so I could give it to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can play the 2 of wands, and that's a 4 of wands versus the 2 of cups. And ideally, if it's in the right order, which I might be about to find out if it's not in the right order.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. I was making sure the cups didn't counter wands. I had it reversed in my head. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yes.
So you could change your 2 to a 4, and then you'd be theoretically triumphing on that cups if wands is the correct play.
If it's correct, we'll
Yes.
find out. I'll do that. That works. I'll give
Okay.
myself that.
So Magnus goes again.
And then,
I'm glad to see the self-pick is coming up as like a good thing
worked.
to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
It helps that I'm the only one that has like a real awareness anymore. Like, I actually have options for the cards in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I will play the 2 of wands.
Excellent.
2
of wands, which gets bolstered to the 4 of wands from your
4 of wands
from your trap.
Yes. Against the 2 of cups.
Against the 2 of cups. So you score triumph, and wands is indeed the correct play. So you see another one of those petals fold in. What would you like to do with your wands triumph?
I will. Interesting. Okay. What was it? Sorry. What are the other cards? We have the 2
of cups. The Empress, which is a 4. Did I never send that message? My bad.
No, you never did.
I was typing it and then didn't complete. And then the 2 of cups, 6 of wands, and the Empress.
6 of wands. Okay. I'll help Mel. Ezra. Is that your character's name? Yes.
Ezra. Yeah. There we go. In recording chat, I've got the descriptions up now.
Perfect. I will help there and hinder the room, so we kind of have a balance there.
Okay.
Actually, what is a setback? How do you score a setback?
Me and my cups just sitting here like, I don't need any help. That's fine.
Well, you have cups. Okay, I forgot you had cups in your hand.
Cups.
Never mind. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I was trying to be smart.
Help,
Haley,
help
you
Cade.
can have fucking help. I'll hinder the room, and then
Help me and my rats.
I will deal.
You want to do devastate and deal 2 stress?
Yeah, and I'll devastate. Perfect. Yes, thank you.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
So you are ticking down that difficulty. You are getting closer to pushing your way through this door. There's a lot going on, and y'all are navigating it well. The wrinkle of play the suits in the right order has thoroughly monkey wrenched this.
My brain.
Yeah.
My brain is dead.
It's doing what I wanted it to do, which is sadistic and horrible on my part, but ain't that my brand?
I feel like not a humble brag. I can juggle 3 things. I cannot juggle 4 things. This feels like going from juggling 3 things to 4 things, where my brain is just like, oh, you know how to do this. And then it happens and it's like, nope, never mind. You don't know how to do this. You don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Good luck.
I love it.
And then I hit myself in the face with a bunch of shit.
Yeah. But it's now over to Cade. Cade, you are helped. You got a +1. The room is hindered. It has a -1, so you have effectively a +2. And you got cups, which is theoretically the suit you're supposed to play next.
Yes. So I'm helped. So that gives me a 1.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use my Oneriogen to give me another one?
You cannot use it to change the value of your own. You can use it to increase, like when you help or hinder, you can increase those.
Okay, but I can use it to absorb stress
Yes.
to stop being hurt. So I'm just going to do my 2 cups against 2 cup. My 4 of cups against the 2 of cups.
Okay, so that's is that 4 already counting the hinder? No, that's 4. This is gonna be
No.
huge. So that's 5 of cups versus ace
Yes.
of cups.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And it is the correct suit. Another one of those
Yes.
petals folds in. You are still operating in the correct order. So
Yay.
you are going to score a triumph, which by the way has a difference in value of card of 4. So if you devastate me, you'll deal 4 stress. Just pop right off the
Yes.
gate.
Yes, devastate, please.
Yes. And you're scoring a triumph with a cup, which is
I would like to do a lookout
yes.
and increase Ezra's awareness by 1, so now they can
Yay!
at least hold 2 cards
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
back with me.
Don't
Now
draw it
we're
right now.
matching.
Don't draw it right now. You have to
Not yet.
you have to wait till the end of your turn to draw up to your awareness. But
Wow.
your
The
awareness
options
is now
that-
2.
Could have given me 4 awareness.
You can't go past your max with lookout.
I could have put myself up as well, but no. I think
Yes.
giving Mel a second card is much smarter in this horrible dungeon of ours.
Jeez.
And I got a 3rd one.
And you have a 3rd choice, yes. So you've looked out, you've devastated.
I would like to hinder.
Hinder the room. Yep.
Yes, please.
Keep that debuff rolling. And if you wanted to crank that up by the Onerigen, you could hinder by 2. If you wanted to. I will not force you to do that.
No, I will. It looks like we're done in this room, but it might be. I don't know. Nah, I just hinder 1. I might save it for the big bad.
Okay. The big bad. How do you know there's a big bad?
It's you,
We're playing
man.
a
Of
game.
course there's a big bad.
I have a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So what does this cups look like? Is Cade just like giga braining and just like just taking in this room?
No.
No. This is how I get you to be creative. I say the completely wrong thing. Please correct me. It's just
Haley heard Giga Brain and was like, "No, that's not my
No.
my vibe."
No, I have it. I have actually half a brain right now.
oh, that's split in
so-
two, yeah.
Yeah, the last of my foot turns into a tiny rat, and the rat does the work as I do nothing, and it does like an analyzation of the door and room. That's what it like gets up all in the wooden nook and crannies.
Nice.
I hop.
And it can smell, this rat can smell sort of this like, the room is like,
Wait, a little.
yes.
little.
I was gonna build up to you getting an Onerigen from that because you did
Oh.
use your card art, but heck, you know what's gonna happen. You get an Onerigen, and yes, the rat sort of sniffs out and smells like just warmth, just peace, but it's this like intoxicating peace. It's like this room is trying to like lull you to sleep. It's trying to get you lazy. It wants you to stay here and just get tangled up in the vines, kind of. So you're just sort of like taking in that attitude and communicating that to your allies and making sure that like everyone's staying alert.
Keep
yes.
moving.
Keep moving. So you've done swords, pentacles, wands, cups. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
You have done 4 stress for a total of 6 stress overall to this place. So I will say that like the door, the other thing the rat smells is like this whiff of some, like when I say something, I'm not being vague. It's this, like you get the idea of something. Like metaphysically, there's something on the other side of this door and you're starting to smell it. You're smelling that like possibility of what comes next. You're getting close. Y'all have
I
done.
say,
The door is
Ezra.
bloodied in D&D terms.
bash the door down.
Who is up
Okay.
next?
Ezra.
Ezra. Cool.
Hit me.
Ezra,
So
you
then
are
I
up.
get to draw the next card.
Nope, that happens end of turn. So you're just
Oh,
playing
gotcha.
that one. But then you'll
Okay,
get to
so
draw
that-
2.
I'm hoping that swords is okay to use next.
I was just gonna say, if we're like circling all the way back up to like the top of the order, so to speak, I have the 4 of swords, and I
This
like
is where
to
Matt
kick
gets
the door
tricky.
down.
And it goes in reverse
Yeah, I know,
now.
right?
It's the Catan drafting pick, like the one last, and then you have to go back. Mel is. I love.
I
how...
don't like that Matt had that reference to pull out like right there. Yeah, like this thing you mean?
Yeah, I love how we've played a lot of D&D on this channel, and sometimes it can get in the weeds and get real sticky and mechanical and crunchy. Y'all are getting so mad at a silly little dream tarot game that like these mechanics are getting crunchy. You're just like, stop killing us. Stop being mean. 4 of Swords. Which card would you like to set that against?
I would like to roll to seduce the dragon. No. Or the Empress in this case. Mommy.
Oh.
Sorry. No. Matt, I'm joking. I don't
I
have.
did hinder, so it's a 3.
It would be a
Yes,
3
I don't have
instead
good
of a 4.
enough riz even with the hindrance. Anyway,
You don't need Riz. Look, she's looking for it. Come on. Come here. I got this tasty apple. Come into my web. I wish you would focus.
That's the apple's poison. It's taken effect,
Yes,
Matt.
yeah.
Um,
I'm so blurry-eyed. What's going on?
oh my god.
How you doing, Empress?
How you doing?
Woo.
So I have the. So I have the 4 of Swords. I'm gonna see if I can try and do. It's doing okay
Ooh,
for the
yeah.
camera.
Mhm.
So we have a lady who is sitting cross-legged on the floor, has 4 different swords. There is a lotus up top, a
Mm.
star on her in her left hand, and then it looks like I don't even know what that is on the right hand. Regardless, I'm
rabbit.
thinking. No. I'm thinking that kind of mimicking the door in and of itself, with like touching the Jesus Christ, touching the stone that's on her chest, it actually turns into amber. And from the stone, there's this flower, much like the lotus flower that's up on top, kind of like mimicking the door, so to speak, where all of the petals are closing for the door, but for the lotus, it's opening and kind of doing the reverse of what it is, with the hopes of showing like, let us through. So.
Nice. And are you opposing the Empress card?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Wanted to double check. So it's effectively a 3. Yours is a 4. You score a success, which means you're not going to take any stress.
Yay.
Brilliant. What would you like to choose for your 2 options?
My 2 options, let me see. Because it's for the swords.
The swords.
The swords. We're going to do. I'm tempted to do a study just to see if there's anything left of the door that we need to do.
Yep, that's fair.
So that's 1. And then
I'll
I will.
I will give you 2 options for that study because there's a couple of things you could learn here. 1,
Okay.
would you like to know something that you have not discovered yet about the door, but that might be helpful to your group? Or 2, do you want to discover why the intensity changed from when Cade took it versus when Magnus took it?
We all have the same brain cells. All the voguing.
All the vogue. Which of those would you like to learn?
I would say probably the first.
Okay, something you have not figured out yet, but that might be helpful.
Yeah.
You figured out that like you know that there has to be an order in the way that you're doing things. There's a dance to be played. If you duplicate a step, so like playing the swords was the correct move here. You'd theoretically say, okay, if it's doing the same order, pentacles would be next. If no one had a pentacles, but someone had a sword, you could do repeats, and they are not as bad.
Okay. So there's that. And then I would say for the next thing I want to do, I want to help the next person who goes, which I am going to assume we did swords again. If we're going in the reverse order,
I have pentacles.
yeah.
Oh, do you reckon it's reverse? Or do you reckon it's around us again in a circle?
It could be again around in a circle. I'm gonna give the help to Cade in the hopes that it's just a twice over.
Keep going around in a circle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do that.
there-
So those are my two.
How many petals are there?
There's as many as need to keep verifying that you're doing it correctly.
Okay.
Because the doing it in the right order doesn't open the door necessarily. It's reducing the difficulty to 0 is what actually like ends the effort.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna give the help action to Cade since
Dope.
they have the pentacles.
Cool. And then
That's it.
it is Cade's turn.
Yes, I will say I forgot to say before, but I couldn't pull up, so I had to shuffle my past, and I had to blind burn the 3 of cups.
The 3 of cups.
So my 3
Cool.
ravens are gone.
Oh.
No.
I will also say,
And-
before fully moving on, Mel, you earn an Onerigen because of the descriptive, like the using the
Yay!
amber and the rock in one hand. That was very good. So you got an Onerigen.
Yay.
So I have my cards. I'm going to play the Ace of Pentacles,
Okay.
and I'm going to play it against the Ace of
The 2 of cups.
the 2 of Cups.
Okay.
Because I've got to help, so I've got this is technically 2 of Pentacles versus 2 of Cups.
Right. It'd be 2 versus 2, which is a clash. You'll technically
which is the best I can do, but
you'll take stress, but that's not necessarily the worst thing. You are still. It is the correct order. You see a petal fold.
yes. I can
And
also use a generian point to not take stress, right?
you can use your Onerigen to absorb
Onerigen.
some of that stress. Yes.
Your octogenarian.
You could use
How
you could
much
throw
stress are
your
they giving
80-year-old
me?
in front of the stress and have them take it.
How much stress are they dealing me?
You are going to be taking 3 stress.
Where do I blind burn a card from to not take? Oh wait, is it into my past I burn a card, or into the pyre I
In
burn
all,
a card?
when you burn, it goes to the pyre. It always goes to the pyre, regardless of if it's
Okay.
blind or normal. And you could burn. So
Okay.
if there's a card in your present, which no, there's not because you've awareness 1. But if there's a card in your past that you're like, that's booty,
-2.
then you can burn it, and that'll absorb all 3 of that stress.
Okay. I will. So I've used that Ace of Pentacles to go against that one to begin with. So then I have 1 card in my present, and then I will flinch once, and then use the 2 points to go down to 0 and octogenarian. Onerigen.
Spend 2 Onerigen to absorb 2 stress.
Onerigen. Yes, to absorb the
Onirogen.
stress. And now I have an empty hand. And my
Very good.
my pentacles is this beautiful log here with the light
Yes.
shining through. And so my card, I believe, I'm gonna say, is I can see light beginning to pour out from the other side as like maybe some of the door is breaking down.
Nice. And what are you doing for your choices? So you get to have 2.
Stress 1, help.
Try once daily Onerigen today.
Yeah. Yes, I'll do a stress, and I'll do a help to. Who has wands?
Who has
Oh,
pentacles?
can I pull up cards before I pick my turn?
No. Yeah, Conlon got to futz it that one time. Technically, you have to call your shot here. Remember that you can repeat. So Pentacles is also a safe play. You don't know what extra spice happens on a
Okay,
repeat.
does anyone have any pentacles?
I have a pentacle.
Okay.
They're
alright,
in my
then-
deck, not yet
Then-
drawn.
Then I'm going to help Magnus
Okay.
and send it across to Conlon.
Alrighty. And
now
now
I will draw 2.
you get to draw, or just draw 1. Or no, your awareness is a 2. I'm sorry.
My awareness is a
Man,
2.
I'm all. I'm
Yeah,
weird.
I wouldn't have been able to help, but I can help
Yes.
next.
All right, Conlon. Magnus.
All right, that's me. I will. I guess I have one option. I will Ace of Pentacles,
Mm-hmm.
which is a 2 of Pentacles. I'll go against the Wands, the 6 of Wands.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I think because that counters, right?
So the way that this works is it's all dependent on your score. And maybe this is something that we change in playtesting, but like basically you just want to pick something that doesn't counter you. So if you pick the wands, you'll score a setback. If you pick the cups, you'll score a clash. So even though Pentacles normally counters wands, it doesn't negate the idea of you taking stress from the effort.
Yeah, I'll take the setback. I'll go against the wands.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
Yes. Though actually, hold on. Sorry, one question.
Yes.
If I go against the Empress, it's still a setback, but it's less swingy.
Efforts are kind of
Does it matter? Okay.
simplified.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
okay.
Yeah. The main
Doesn't
thing
matter.
the only thing that matters in an effort is your score, unless
Okay.
something else about the effort is adding
Okay,
on. Which
cool.
there's
Yeah, that's fine.
there's nothing that's saying like the difference between the cards matters for this effort.
Okay, cool. Then yes, I will setback once again. Do the trap.
Nice. Okay. You are seeing that sort of like flower bloom that Kay just did. You're sort of doing like, I could do that. And you sort of like make one of these flowers, like kind of form like the dirt and sticks and stuff and like tie this rope around to like make this sort of like pseudo flower. So like duplicating her approach. The repeat effect in this effort, you get to choose. You can increase the value of your card by 1, or but if you do that, you can't deal any stress with your interpret options, or you could just ignore that and do whatever you want with the options you have.
Does it actually matter if I increase my?
I don't think it does
I
because
don't
it's
think it
4
does.
versus 2 right now.
Yeah.
So you're
Or
just
it's-
scoring a
it's
setback.
6 versus 2.
6 versus 2. You went with the wands. Yeah. So it definitely
yeah,
doesn't matter
yeah.
here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then I'll do that. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'll just.
Okay.
Not repeat.
Yes. Not repeat. It does count. The repeat effect still triggers, which may or may not have lasting consequences for any further repeats. You don't know.
Neat.
But yes, you can pick whatever you'd like for your 1 option.
I don't take trap.
Okay, cool. So you do take the 3 stress. Yes. Boom.
3 stress.
And then someone's gonna get boosted by 2 on their next card. So who is
Nice.
that? Yeah. It can go to Haley, Cade, whatever. Fuck. This is gonna be painful. I will reduce my awareness by 1.
So that'll absorb 2.
Yep. And then I will also discard. Fuck, this is painful in general. So I will discard a card to get the 3rd.
Yep.
Which then, when I have to draw back up, now empties my
Your future.
future again, which means
But
I have to.
you don't have to shuffle just yet. You don't have to
Okay,
shuffle
okay,
until
fair, yeah.
until you need to go to that future for something.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
But is it Kate? Did you want to toss it over to Kate as well?
Yeah.
So Kate, is your turn. You are helped by 2.
Nice. I have a 6 of wands.
Woof.
With the help,
Technically,
because
the
this is a
7 of
5.
wands.
Oh, that's
no,
a
no,
5.
sorry, this is a 5. This is a 5 of wands plus
So
the
it'd be
1.
7.
Yeah. Oh, 7. So 7 of wands, and I'm going to do the 2 of cups.
Wonderful. So you will score a triumph,
Yes, I will.
and you are
What's next?
operating in the correct order. You get to pick your
Beautiful.
3. Yeah.
I am going to pick
Ooh. This could be big.
Devastate.
Yes.
Yes.
So that'll deal 5 stress, and I will just so that you don't spend too much time hemming and hawing. That is going to be enough to punch through this door. So you are seeing just that
nice.
little pinprick of light from your previous card, and Magnus is able to buy you just enough time to like distracting.
Yeah,
All these
it's
flowers
the
are like looking at
broken-
this like Magnus
It's the broken
flower.
sticks again.
Yes.
So it's me. I found the pinprick and I'm now tearing through that door.
Tearing it apart. Yes.
Yeah. Chaotically.
I like the broken sticks metaphor, like using that again. So again, Onerigen, we're killing it there. And you are able to indeed push through this door. And this is just something I want to do for funsies. Yes. Yep. Draw back up to your normal allotments. This is just something I want to do for fun, real quick. Is that I want to ask each of you, what is your dreamer's purpose here? Is it directly tied to your dream? Because we did establish those last time. Or is there some sort of like, in this moment, do you feel purposeful in some other way?
This feels a little bit like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire
It
music in
does.
the background.
It does. Yes.
Does the dream feel meaner than usual?
So far, yes, it has. But there's also this like, as you break apart the door, there's not this like angry scream. There's not this like, how dare you? It's this like, that nurturing energy of the Empress is following you. It feels like it didn't want you to not succeed. It wanted you to do what you were capable of, and is nurturing you in that growth. So you feel this sort of like vine push at your back, almost like you did it. Go out there.
Then what was the question?
What is your purpose?
My purpose is to continue to get stronger.
To serve butter. Oh my God.
No. That can't be it.
I think mine's still just the same. I don't think mine's changed. I think maybe prior to this moment, like there was a secondary condition of the sort of like restrained power vines of this room kind of thing. But if we're getting out, then
We're not floating in space though, Haley.
It does feel like we are though with music. Ezra, what is your purpose?
I think because sadly she didn't get to contribute that much. In this
You did that
case,
one swords. You did the four of swords was good. You did help.
just the one.
Just the one swords actually.
Just the one sword.
Your
I
awareness is back up now, so you're probably feeling a bit more clarity.
Hooray! Yeah, I think it might be a bit of a selfish purpose, but I think Ezra would be realizing that sometimes she needs to accept the help from others in order for her to push forward with fighting her own self-doubt and the monster of failure, so
Nice.
I think that's like an amendment to that.
Wonderful. And you all walk through this doorway. And it's that odd sense of like dreams don't have good liminal spaces. Like it's like I'm going there and you're just kind of there. You are on the other side of that door and you are immediately
Hi, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. Welcome, Dorktales. You see out in front of you the dark, drab stonework of these catacombs is now replaced with lush green and rolling hills, mountains, piercing skies and clouds, and all of these tiny little women are like bouncing around all over the screen for some strange reason. The emote celebrations have been everywhere today. But with that like bright, serene landscape in front of you that's kind of welcoming you in, you've passed through this strange place. There is that like ominous sense at the back of your neck that you are not alone. And you see off to the side, there is someone standing there that looks tall and thin and kind of wiry, almost like Fox and the Hound, fox-like, but with dark fur, not orange. And what we're gonna do is, I don't want us to feel like the RP has to stop. I want us to stay like communicative and like it's discussion. But we are gonna be an initiative, and this is a duel. So when you're framing what you do, look at the cards in your hand and kind of use those as a guide for how you interact. I'm going to draw up my present. Well, aren't you just the sorts? What kind of folk are these who wander by this path?
You need a cough
You don't get
lozenge?
many. You need a lot.
I get enough.
Matthew.
But I do have a rule that no matter how many come by, only one gets to go. Only one understands. It's a lonely dream out there.
What if we just got rid of you?
Well, that would be an interesting try. And if you would like to, you could play a card. I feel like you've spoken twice. You've nominated yourself to go first. Conlon, I said something to tickle Conlon.
All I hear is, I've been thinking a lot about meteors.
I've been thinking a lot about meteors. The finality of them.
There ain't no strings.
Is this a
Oh, me.
you have a new deck?
I have a new deck. I have a completely different set of cards, but I will reveal
I'm
that
running out of
the
cards.
last card in our spread is the Hierophant. And the way that this works is that if this had been one of your cards, this particular entity would be very focused on that person being the one to move forward.
Thank God.
Instead, the Hierophant gets added to this thing's deck, and you might face it at some point. So you know that the Hierophant is somewhere in this deck, but that may or may not be this card. So we reveal.
4 of Cups.
I have the 5 of Cups. Look, a brief moment for my scalies out there.
good is
Look,
that card?
look at this alligator woman.
Mommy?
Is that a cupcake? Is that what's happening here?
Oh my god.
I mean, mommy can bite me any day of the week, so.
Whew. But yes, so I have the 5 of Cups. So I score a success, you score a setback. What would you like to do with your set? The way that this works is this thing, whatever it is giving you a look over that is piercing, is just spending its time looking at each of you and drilling into your identities as people.
I'm gonna send it over to. Who wants it? Who's gonna step up next?
Well, you get to pick what your setback effect is. Or are you planning on who's to help?
Yes, yeah, because I'm going to use the anticipate.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
And so whoever gets to go next gets to see their card before you pick your card.
Yes. And I will say, full disclosure, this thing has an awareness of 4. So I have 3 other cards in my hand.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick Magnus.
Probably the safer choice.
Sure.
Sure.
If this thing has more cups, I'm fucked, but...
Yeah, I'm fucked. All there is. So then that's the end of my turn, which means I have to shuffle
So that's your one
Pass.
pick. Hold on, that's your one pick. I get to pick my two.
Oh yes.
How many cards do you have left, Haley?
None.
How many cards left do you in your deck?
In my deck, 1, 2, 3, 4.
4?
Oh boy.
Including
just-
the one in my hand. Sorry,
Yeah.
not including the one in my hand.
It's looking at
5.
you, and it's just this odd sensation of being known, and it's like, interesting. I could help you, make you a little stronger. Just, I'm gonna keep using this voice. I don't care if it's licensed by Disney.
It's breaking me. It's amazing.
I'm not okay.
You just need to discard these other two. Get rid of them. It is going to help you, Cade. And it is going to hinder Magnus. And that is its 2 picks.
Okay. And now I can shuffle.
Now you can shuffle and do all of your things. And
And
it's,
do I just pull card and blind burn it, don't I?
and it is Magnus's turn now, correct?
Fuck! My last wand.
Oh no.
My broken sticks. My only sense of anger and chaos that I actually hold has been broken as I realize I'm going to have to give up my friends or my life.
This episode was brought to you by the word fuck.
You could just wake up. You don't have to.
No,
Wake up.
I don't want to leave your voice though, I say as I saunter closer.
I have an advantage in this game.
There is
Bolstered by the help action, I join him by his side.
By the way, is allowed literally in this little module. It's talks about the PvP can happen. It's allowed. So Magnus, what are you doing in this moment?
Considering some of my life choices mostly. I don't fucking know, man. This is not going to go well for me across the board, but I will go ahead and I think I'm just going to try to move forward. And if I can sort of narrate the dream and like what's happening, I think in that weird way of like dreams, not again, like kind of you said, like there's a weird liminal space of like the dream doesn't actually move.
Mhm.
Like Magnus moves forward,
Yeah.
but there's this question of like he like barrels past this thing,
Yeah.
and just like shoves it out of the way. But then depending on what the resolution of this all is, there's that like, he might just be right back where he just was,
Right.
and nothing maybe has changed.
But that is what you're doing. That is your act. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have the 6 of Pentacles.
Ooh, I 6 of swords it.
Ooh.
I am hindered, which is a 5 of swords.
Yes.
But it is a counter.
It is a counter. Yes.
that artwork is also very pretty.
I love the artwork in this deck. Yeah, I use this one a
That's
lot.
cool. I really
Um,
like the artwork on this 6 of swords.
I actually want to see that a little bit. Yeah, there we go.
The boatman.
Ooh, yeah. I was gonna say
Gondola.
Karen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it's
And
like
then
all bundled up, and it's got like the devil horns going on.
Yeah, and the swords
Oh, and the
like
swords are
so
coming
it's
out
got
of the
gas
water.
mask on.
Yeah,
With horns, and then the swords are like pointed up out of the water.
that's very
so
cool.
It's very cool. This deck is honestly like my favorite of all of the decks that I have, and I have a lot of tarot decks.
Yeah.
This one's just got really cool art. It's got good interpretations of the like meaning of the art.
Nice. So you've got 6, bumps down to 5. You would normally score a setback. Instead, well, you still score a setback. I can score a counter, so I don't get to pick anything. There is this like, you charge forward, and it's almost like this creature was sort of expecting it as you feel, you go down the road, and like you start walking, and there is this sense of like, isolation that starts creeping in on you, where it's like you're going forward, but your friends aren't following you, and it's just like you're just being keenly aware of the distance of like leaving them behind, and it's kind of disruptive to you. But what does that mean for pushing through and being able to counter this sort of tactic?
I think, yeah. So I haven't actually given Magnus a voice yet, I'm realizing, but we'll see what this sounds like as I get through it. So Magnus like kind of shoves forward, but I think some of the like ropes that make up his clothes, kind of catch almost spiderweb like on like his friends that are here as well, and so he's like, I'm going forward, we're barreling forward. He gives a nice like move and just shoves him out of the way, and I think then almost rubber band like the dream sort of like snaps back into maybe everyone is just down the road a little bit further, like we've all sort of pushed forward. And the ropes are back like they normally would be, but like it's moved but like not no progress. Movement but no progress. Yeah, very cool. So what would you like to do for your you would have scored a setback, so, or you did score a setback, I scored counter, so what would you like to do for your 1? Well, I'm stressed. I guess I'll just and deal 1 stress.
Press and deal 1 stress. Cool. With that stress, I will discard a 4 of pentacles. I'll flinch from the 1 stress, and then my 6 of pentacles goes to my past as well, and I get to draw 2 cards back up to awareness 4. All right. Who goes next?
We'll just keep the train rolling. I hear the train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend, and Mel's character, whose name I still don't remember.
Ezra.
Ezra, thank you. I should remember that. That's in the book I'm reading, but it's fine. Go ahead.
Hi, guys. I'm here. Anyway. Okay.
So, Ezra, as it comes to your turn, because I'm paying attention to chat suddenly, we are going to go on a quick break. You lemma, like the distance of the dream, movement without changing where you are, it's all just sort of snaps around. And I will just say that this creature looks suddenly far more intensely angry that you would just walk away and leave it on its own. And it just like bounds in front of you and just like on all fours starts to snarl and is suddenly, it's like there was a regular human-sized NPC in Dark Souls, and now it is that weird, horrible, long, gangly dancer of the Boreal Valley that is just like in front of you and is like, you will not leave me be. I will leave you when I'm good and ready to. And we will leave you on break for 5 minutes. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Stick around.
Okay, no, thank you, bye.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Well,
Perfect timing on that. I don't think stream caught it, but we all appreciate it.
Damn it!
We're back.
Woohoo!
And it is Ezra's turn as this strange creature is now sort of looming over you, far more animalistic looking than it was a moment before. Exactly.
Not particularly keen on this, whatever this is, saying like, oh no, only one of you can go. And Ezra's like, nah, I don't think you're the one who makes the rules here.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So
got the 3 of swords.
I placeholdered this in my deck. This is the Hierophant that matches this deck, but for the art purposes, this is the Hierophant.
Well, that was fun.
I will say, you could potentially, because I would argue, even though it's singular versus plural, I'd argue Judgmental Eye is happening right here for your guide. So
Yeah.
you can weaken this by 1 if you would like to.
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is going to be a effectively value of 4. It is normally effective value of 5.
Oh, I gotta check. Hold on. Let me.
Ooh, you have an
Okay.
Onerigen.
Yes, I do.
Quick clerical. I had to shuffle to redraw after my turn.
Yes.
And I am burning the Ace of Pentacles,
Oh,
which I believe means that my deck is all swords now.
all swords now.
And I have 4 cards left total.
We might
Getting low.
we might get to see a total party wake up. We don't know. So
Wake up.
the Hierophant's effect in this instance, an exoteric force is pressing upon you. You say these aren't that you get to play by your rules, but no. I make the rules in this area, and you will follow them. So, being the Hierophant concerned with laws and orders and religion and making everyone giggle at this voice, it must be obeyed, for the mind has convinced itself to respect chains. So, you have a 3. I have a effective 4. You would normally score a setback, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What would you like to do with your setback?
I pull up the right one, that work. Swords.
Swords.
Reduce stress. That doesn't really do much for the setback part if it's a sword.
Yeah.
Are there any setbacks for the universal effects? No.
No,
there's fallback.
Fallback if you wanted to run away, which you could.
Yeah, but that's not helping anybody.
The sword setback is really good if you're about to get like dump trucked by a bunch of stress. You're not in this case. But there is an added effect from the Hierophant.
Oh, good. I don't like that as the answer. I'm just looking at, because I also have the Onirigen.
Which, mentioning the Onerigen, you weakened me by 1 because of your guide. You can boost that using the Onerigen. So if you want to spend that to weaken me by 2, it would make it a clash and you get to pick 2 things.
I want to do that.
Cool. So you spend an Onerigen. It is now a clash. You get to pick 2 things.
Okay, so...
Throw grandma in front of the stress bus with spending that octogenarian.
I would like to do a hinder.
Okay. Hindering me.
For the next card.
Yep.
And then, considering I just used the Onirigen, I don't think Glare would do double the stress. So instead, I am going to do a press.
Okay, so just doing one stress to me.
C.
I will discard this card. I will discard the 5 of Pentacles with a flinch.
Okay. Got my next card.
And then I don't pick any options for the Hierophant. The Hierophant does something special. You cannot play any swords cards for the next 3 turns.
Okay.
Not, by the way, you not being royal collective you.
It's
just,
me specifically.
Just Ezra. You cannot play any swords cards for your next 3 turns. If you are forced to, like it's the only cards you have, their value is set to 0. That can be altered by like helps and hinders and stuff, but essentially you have a confusion effect on you against swords.
Okay.
Do they still count for counters?
Yes, they do. So they'd have a value of 0. You're basically guaranteed a setback, but you could still counter something in desperation.
So you can't necessarily make any sort of damage, but you can deflect damage.
You can at least deflect damage, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, and then I draw 2 more cards back up to my 4, and whose turn is it?
I am tempted to bounce this back to Magnus just because I don't want Cade out of the fight yet, so...
But Cade might be on my side now.
Yeah, sorry, Cade. Sorry. Magnus, help me.
So bouncing it over to Magnus.
Yes, please.
We forgot about your anticipate, so you'll get to do the anticipate on this turn. So you'll get to see what I pick before you reveal yours. And I am going to be a cheeky little bastard and bet that I know what suit you'll have to play. So here you go. I have selected, and I will reveal a 4 of Cups, which will effectively be a 3 of Cups because of the hinder. But Cups do counter swords.
Yes, they do. I'll give you, it'll be a 4 of swords.
Okay, dope. So I would score a setback, you would score a success, but you're countered. So it's just me picking one thing. And setback for Cups is pretty nice. I think what I'm gonna do... Yes, I will anticipate. So I'm going to anticipate so that on my next turn, I now get to see what you do beforehand. So what is this? This thing is now like hunkered down and watching her moves. Immediately like does this big swipe back to like, you feel yourselves pressed against the space that was the catacombs. The door's not closed. You feel like you could choose to go back in there, but it's almost like the vines are like helping to keep you in this space. You've proven yourself out of the catacombs, but this thing is now sort of pressing in and shortening that distance, and it feels almost suffocating. And now as Magnus is being put to the test in this immediate way, it's just this like sense of you go to lash out, to just be forceful and direct, and it just kind of knows the game now and is just like almost playing with you and like batting you around like a cat. So that's going to go to my past, and I will anticipate on my next turn. Magnus, you get to pick your... No, you got countered. Sorry. Who gets to go next, Magnus?
We'll pass it to Cade.
Cade, have you considered my offer?
What were the terms?
Get rid of your friends. Work for me in these dreams. Advance my goals. Your dream is now my dream. And you'll have everything else you could want.
I am going to use cups. And I'd like to be patient and discern whether or not I could get everyone past him before he'd realize I'd, like, betray him, if that makes sense. I know that that was a lot to put on one card draw, but that's what I would like to do.
No, I like it. So yeah, I get to know what you're playing. So you're playing the what of cups?
The 4 of Cups.
4 of cups. Okay.
With the help that he gave me.
Yes. So is that total 4?
So 5.
5 of cups.
Mhm.
Nice.
It might not matter, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm good with this. Yeah. So I will play the 2 of wands.
Okay.
So that will counter yours.
Counter,
I still
yes.
only score a setback. But what this
Yep.
is what's going to happen here is that you are like trying to analyze this, and as you're analyzing it, you're like separating yourself out in your own mind and making it so that like this rests on me. It's on me. And just it moves its like paw, hand, weird long fingers, and you could just see this like box underneath its palm, and it starts pressing down on it, and like it starts to crack a little bit. If it's convenient, I might even be able to help you find it.
I need that. Don't break that.
Oh, you do need this.
Yes, I do. It's not a very good way. Threatening people isn't a good way to. You offering me power was better than threatening me. Now I'm unsure, more unsure. So that sucks for you.
I'm just reminding you that the costs of disobeying me aren't nothing.
Jesus Christ. Sorry.
I am tickling a lot of brain cells. I did not realize that this character would be getting way up inside.
Oh,
the
you didn't
shared
realize that the
psyche.
big fox character, the super strong fox character that has James Spader as Ultron's voice, would tickle
Nope.
people's brains?
Nope, didn't know. I had a shot in the dark. Didn't know what his voice would be until I did it, and then it was just out there, just doing
I'm
stuff.
sorry. Okie dokie. I am going to step and be like, I'm so sorry, guys. And I'm going to wake up.
So normally you could with a fallback. You are countered, so you can't do anything.
Okay, I stand there crying,
You
tears
stand
and
there.
green.
I want to go home.
And I will just for the
I only have patience, discernment, and analysis within me
Yep.
entirely. There is nothing else that I have within me. So I'm just like, okay,
I will
you guys go.
I will double down, and I think like the stress of this moment is just going to be a simple press. So just take 1 stress. Do you have any cards to flinch away?
I flinch.
Okay.
I flinch, yes.
Perfect. All right, and then whose turn is it now?
I am picking Ezra, and I just say, kill me, and go forward.
Amazing.
And I'm on my knees in front of the giant fox.
Just where I like you.
Oh my God. Matt!
could not resist that.
And we lost Codlin, so
that was a high soft one right across the plate. Had to knock it out of the park. You're all welcome.
Robert.
Ezra, what are you doing? By the way, friendly reminder, I'm this happens. You're gonna be going up against like mighty stuff, and they can put the whooping on you sometimes. What would you like to do, Ezra?
That's not the angle I thought you were going with that conversation.
Don't worry about it.
I'm fine. Okay. Well, because of a certain encounter that just happened, I can't do the other one, so
All right.
my measly Ace of Cups.
Against my moon card. I
Oh,
love this
goody.
moon. It has like a fractured mirror with the faces of the moon and this person like werewolfing out.
Mm-hmm.
With this moon,
Does
what
it
I'm
matter
going
if I can see my guide in this?
Ooh, potentially. The moon card's weird. Here's what's happening. With this thing is making itself known as a capital N nightmare. These are beings of the dreamlands that feed on the collective fears. Think Jujutsu Kaisen, like the special grade cursed spirits that are like related to like deep fears of humanity, deep fears of the ocean, of natural disaster, those kinds of things. That's what these guys are. And they usually always have the moon card. And what the moon card allows them to do is make you all panic out of fear. This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. I can only play this on the turn after someone scored either a setback or a countered. Thank you, Haley, for being countered. And so now you are all going to have to survive a spike.
Can I fight that my guide is in the photo and I'm already acting subservient over the fox, and yet so I do not need to experience this nightmare?
Here's what I'll do. We can narratively flavor what's going to happen to you based on this spike off of that, because I do like that. And what I'll say is, this is not codifying the rules, but I'm glad that you noticed your guide. What I'll say is normally there's a spike with difficulty 3, which means you get to look at the top 3 cards of your future. Whoever triggered me being able to play the moon, it would be difficulty 1. So Haley, you would normally only be able to look at the top 1. You can look at the top 2 in this case because your guide is in here.
I have no future.
Then you have to shuffle up and make a future. And
Okay.
blind burn, and then
I only have 1 card left.
so that means
I have 2 cards in my past. I shuffled them as
Blind
I moved
burn.
them backwards and forwards. Blind burn.
the little rat.
My
Bye
4
bye.
of cups. Bye-bye. And my future is down. And I can look at this card, my single card, which I already knew what it is. 'cause
You
I've
knew what it was going to
memorized
be.
them all now.
Yes.
And then I put that back down.
So, either way, if you burn it to succeed or if you deal with the consequences, this is probably going to knock Cade out, which is going to be very interesting because of the way that this mechanic works for nightmares. Nightmares are nasty. But fear is pressing on all of you. The fear of being alone, of pure isolation, of being locked away somewhere that you will never know anyone again. How are each of you reacting to this fear? How are you each trying to survive this spike? I'll go to Magnus first.
Not good options on my side.
So remember, reminder for spike rules, you narratively describe how you're reacting, and then I assign that a suit, and then you'll look at the top and many cards of your future, try and find one that matches that. If you do, you can burn it to succeed the spike.
Be decisive, intelligent, or forceful.
I think Magnus understanding sort of what the what's happening, like the nightmare and all of that kind of stuff. I think literally like roots himself to the ground and like kind of digs his feet into the ground and sort of, I don't know, like maybe the vines from the wall sort of like wrap around his legs to kind of like bolster his defense, sort of entwining themselves with his like rope armor stuff, and just like head forward, the horns from the Minotaur mask like ready to go, like trying to split whatever.
Love it. So definitely swords. So you get to look at the top 3, try and reveal the swords. Mel, Ezra, how are you handling this?
1 card, so
nice.
Oh,
so the way
it's a sword.
It's mechanically the way that works is you get to pull cards from your past and your present up to 3, and then pick from those. So
so it's either my future of a sword, or my past of a sword, or my hand of a sword.
Which sword would you like to burn to resolve this?
Fuck. I will burn the Four of Swords from
Okay.
my past.
The reason I mentioned like scooping them all up and making like a pick from that, you now get to like shuffle those and put them into your future. It kind of heals you in some way. So now your future's not empty. And then Mel, what are you doing?
And the question is again, just to clarify.
How are you surviving this? What are you doing to respond to this intense wave of fear? The fear of isolation, the fear of loneliness.
I think Ezra would actually play to more deception a little bit. Because nightmares are just a trick of the mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think she'll just dead stare at the nightmare and just smile a little bit and say, I'm sensing a little projection. Maybe it's you are the one who's worried to be alone.
Ooh, that is very good. I would call this either pentacles or wands. Honestly, even cups, because you're being sort of introspective towards him. But I think your intent was more like, boing flip, I'm rubber and you are glue.
Uno reverse. No.
Uno reverse. So I think this is more of a pentacles or a wands.
Okay.
Either one of those could fit.
I have exactly 3 cards in my future.
Which one are you going for before you flip those? Which one are you going for, pentacles or wands?
I'm gonna go for pentacles for this one.
Now you can flip them. Because if there's no pentacles in there, whoops.
Okay. I am going to burn my ace of pentacles or ace of coins for this one. So, bye, buddy.
Nice. And then the remainders go back as your future.
Yes.
So.
Got me.
Cade.
Yes, I am going to continue to be on the ground. I'm going to try and sink further into it. And I say, you don't need to be alone. I will stay here if you let them leave.
And as you say that, you just turn into a statue.
Oh, shit.
And the mind behind Cade wakes up. Nightmares are fueled by fear.
My onogenarian to not wake up.
You can actually, technically, yes, you can absolutely do that if you wanted to.
I have 3 cards left. No, I think I'll just take the wake up.
Okay. I was thinking like you do have Onerigen. You could wake yourself back up or go back to sleep. Yeah, but so the way this works is because the spike from the moon card did wake someone up, it repeats.
Oh, good.
No.
You
okay,
all.
No, I used my point.
So here's a
Would I have known that?
No, you would not have known that.
I used my point. I'm awake, bitches. I
I'm
break
awake.
free of the stone.
Wake up.
Wake up. I think either way, narratively, we can resolve this into. Do you want to? I will leave this to the group. I'm just being mindful of time, and I know we want to do a level up, and we're going to be moving on to a different system next week. So I wanted to give some time for reflection at the end. So do we want?
Let's just keep playing.
Do we want? I take it back. Do we want this to be a, like, you fought tooth and nail using your Onerigen to get back into the dream, and like, we figure out some sort of middle ground, or do we want to keep seeing how fast this spike can drain the other two?
Let's just go for it. Why the fuck not?
I was thinking Cade was going to die.
No, you wake up, you get to dream more. Like,
Rude.
sorry. I'm not killing you, I'm just postponing your inevitable.
I think Cade wanted to be finished off, but
Oh, I'll finish you.
yeah, that's what I was waiting for. So
Mel just pitching me the easy ones.
I mean, I'm easy, so
Nailed it.
yeah. Oh my
What, what do I want to do, y'all? I'm fine either way.
I mean, I'm gonna fucking die soon anyway.
How many cards?
Wake up.
How many cards do you have left, Conlon?
I have 3 cards.
Yeah.
And 2 in my hand. So
Yes.
I'm gonna play one and then burn another, and I'm gonna be down 2 cards.
Yeah. And then Mel, how many do you have?
I have 3 in my past, and I have a total of 6.
Total of 6. You've survived pretty well. So what I'll say is that you, Haley, would you like to narratively use that Onerigen to get back into the dream? Okay.
Even if you don't let me get back into the dream, I just want to use it to cancel that fucking moon card.
Fuck you and your stupid moon card. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, because it was about me, I would need to shuffle anyway to draw back up. So let's do this. Just to figure out how this plays out, we'll speed run this last encounter a little bit. We've seen, like, I wanted to get the moon card out there and see what nightmares do and have y'all get a taste for that. And then if it knocked y'all out, great. If it didn't, also great. So what I'll do, I'm gonna draw a hand of 4. I'll pick 1 card from it. Each of y'all pick 1 card. And if any of y'all score either a success, if you would score a success or a triumph against that card, then golden, and you would succeed this. If not, eventually the nightmare does take your group down. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
I had a very good draw against y'all.
Okay.
As in your favor.
Oh,
Because this is only the 4 of swords.
interesting.
So Magnus, what do you have?
Cups.
You have a 2 of cups?
2 of cups.
2 of wands.
2 of wands?
I have the 3 of cups.
3 of cups. So none of you would have scored success. This is a low card in this deck. I'm surprised.
We counted twice.
You did counter me twice, yes, but it was about what you could score, not what I could
Yeah.
score. So eventually, this thing does just. I also had the moon in hand, but I didn't want to like score that because it's weird and funky and does its own thing. Isolation gets the better of each of you, driving you eventually to wake up. And in waking up, there's still a sense of accomplishment. There's still a sense that you got further than you ever have before. That was not a normal dream. That was something else. That was something somewhere else. And it's something to grow and reflect on. And so now we are going to do some reflection, which is what this game calls leveling up.
Yay!
You earn XP based on the cards in the dream spread you were able to resolve positively. So we had the High Priestess, you were able to defeat the Catacombs. You had the Empress, you were able to get past the Door of Purpose. And we had the Hierophant. You were not able to defeat Isolation the Nightmare. So you get 2 XP from the cards. We also ask 2 questions. Did you learn anything? Did you learn something important about the challenges ahead of you?
I learned that Matt plays dirty with all of the. No, I'm kidding.
I definitely learned some things
I
about
learned
myself
something.
from this.
I
but
think we learned a
Yeah.
lot about each other today.
Okay. I learned what to get y'all for Christmas gifts this year.
James Spader.
Just James Spader.
I learned
Well,
nothing. I went backwards in my personal development.
I would say, just to offer up an idea, you did learn about the Nightmare Isolation. You learned that they exist. You learned a little bit about what their deck can do. You saw almost all of the cards in it. So the intent behind that question is yes, you would definitely have learned a little bit more about what you're facing. The idea is that nightmares are like the BBGs of the Dreamland. You are likely to encounter them multiple times, if not like have to face off against them as like a sort of penultimate, ultimate campaign goal. So yes, you get an XP from that question. And the second question is, did we make progress towards achieving anyone's dream? We've referenced the dreams a lot. Does anyone feel like they made clear, direct progress towards it.
I don't know if it's clear direct progress, but I would like to say that being shown a physical box that has been told is mine and is locked feels like it gives me purpose. Like that's like rather than it being an idea or even a dream, that was a physical embodiment right in front of me. Whether or not it was the real version of it, it felt like, where did he pull that from if it didn't exist? Like,
nice.
That was my answer.
Mel, Conlon, did you have anything for y'all's?
I
It helped
think
me. Yeah, forever.
Because that is technically mine.
Technically
so-
yours, yeah. So a little bit of a piggyback, yeah.
I think for Ezra, I think confronting a nightmare, which is just a warped version of self-doubt, like all of the panics and your
Mhm.
brain trying to fill the void because your brain doesn't like being empty. I think that was a little bit in the direction of like fighting the monster of self-doubt, which may or may not be you.
Mm.
So
It was me all along.
it
Yes.
was me the whole time.
And the way this question works is that if you answer yes for any individual dream, or even if it's multiple, it still only counts as the 1 XP. So it's just sort of like a team effort towards any of the dreams. So yes, you get yeses on both of those. So 2 cards, 2 yeses, a total of 4 XP. You each have 4
Yay.
XP to spend. And the way that you could spend this is you could spend 1 XP. God, this is a laundry list of options, but basically you could spend 1 XP to add the next lowest value to a suit that's already in your deck. You all only have the aces as your lowest value, so you can't use that one. You can remove the 2 lowest cards you have for a suit and add the next highest card to it. So like for swords, for example, for Conlon, you could remove the ace and 2 and add the 7 for 1 XP.
Do I get my cards back for that I put to the side?
Everything
or
that was burned, everything that went to the dream deck, everything, that's all back in your decks. When you wake up, all of those changes sort of reset.
What about my guide?
Your guide you also get back, because the guides are just for that dream. Yep.
Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely,
So
lovely.
you're-
Oh, the guides are just for the I love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
So your deck, basically every time you do like a dream module, like a little adventure, you will get a question that prompts like, what is your guide for this particular dream? The other thing you do with 1 XP, I'm going to list the options. They're all in that book that you'll have access to.
Yeah.
So you can go through and we'll do like a quick like talk through like things you might want to do with your reflection. And then we'll sign off. But the other thing you do with 1 XP is remove the highest card of one suit in your deck to add the next highest card of a different suit in your deck. So you could trade highest for highest. If you're like, I don't like being this swords heavy, I want to get back into cups a little bit. You could swap basically highest for highest. And then you could spend 2 XP to forge a bond with another character. They also have to spend 2 XP. Bonds are a lot like guides, but they're specific to cards. So if you said like, hey, that was a cool moment when we did the repeat, and like Conlon used like the, I think it was the 3 of swords or something. Let's make a bond around that card and this card. Then whenever that card comes up again in play, you would be able to invoke the bond and like boost the card, weaken other cards, that kind of stuff. Very similar to like guide mechanics, but just a different way of getting there. So for 2 XP, you can forge the bond. Another thing you do with 2 XP is you can add the ace and 2 of a suit you don't have in your deck. So for either Haley or Conlon, where you had suits that you just omitted entirely, you could spend 2 XP to like spec into that suit. You could also spend 2 XP to increase your maximum awareness by 1. So you'd be able to go from 3 to 4. Kind of a double-edged sword, because like if you end up having this huge awareness, then your entire deck is already in your hand and you're just constantly like shuffling and blind burning. So like it's a bit of a balancing act, but
How was us losing our awareness because of something that we pulled in the dream that might not happen again as often, or is it something that does happen often?
if I remember correctly, it was at least one time it was a Pentacles effect that I chose to knock y'all's awareness with a misdirect. But then I think
Like me.
another time someone blinked. So it's a way to dump stress. So like if you have a high awareness, it means like, oh, I can blink more often and it's not the worst.
Yes, that's what I was thinking as well. It's a having that big hand is good at the beginning, and then it doesn't matter if you lose some awareness to
Later
the end.
on.
Because dealing with 2 cards wasn't the worst. Like it, but I wouldn't have liked how was doing 1 card, doing 1 awareness.
It's tough.
That's
It's real
funny.
tough. The only thing that 1 awareness is getting is just the ability to like table talk what that 1 card is. You don't get
Yeah.
choice, which is a big bummer. So like you want at least
Yeah.
2 awareness. It's like, yeah, bumping your awareness, you can look at it as just like, hey, I'll start with 4 options, and at the very least, I've got a really easy blink at some point. If I take a bunch of stress, I can just blink and it's easy mode. You could spend 3 XP to add the next highest value for a suit that is in your deck. There's the 1 XP that drops the 2 lowest and adds the highest. This one, you just plonk the highest one on there. The idea is that like a small deck is like, even if it's powerful, it might not be as resilient because you don't have a lot of cards to pitch to spikes or to discard, and you're gonna cycle through it really quickly. So with 3 XP, you could just add on, have a bigger deck, and have higher cards. And then finally, you could spend 4 XP to transform, which is basically, I don't like anything that I did with my deck. I'm gonna rebuild it. I'm gonna completely change what the hell is going on here so that it is different. Yeah, does anyone have ideas for what you would want to do?
Just to understand the so add the next lowest value card for a suit that is in your deck would be, so like if I have 1 through 6 of swords, does that mean I add the 7, or
you wouldn't be able to use that one because you have the lowest, you have the ace.
Got it.
It's more of like, so for example, if you spent 1 XP to remove, the reason that spending 3 XP to just add the highest, it's kind of a shortcut. You spend 1 XP, dump the ace and the 2, get the 7. And then you spend 2 more XP to add the 2 back and then add the ace back. So it's 3 either way. The spend 3 to get the highest is just sort of a shorthand. But if you're like, if you spent that 1 and it's like, I'll spend the 1 twice. So I'll dump the 1 and the 2, get the 7. And then I'll dump the 3 and the 4 and get the 8. Well, now you have the 5 through 8 and you've got a much smaller deck. Yes, it's higher numbers, but you don't have a lot of cards. And then like the next time you're like, oh crap, I just bleed cards too fast and I'm out of this game. I need to add some back in. You can spend those XP to add in those lower cards again.
Okay. I mean, then I think I know what I'm doing. So I'm spending the 1 and the 2 of swords to add the 7 of swords to my deck.
Nice.
So that's 1 point.
1 XP, yep.
Spending 1 to re-add the 1 back to my deck.
It'd be the 2, because that's to be
The 2?
contiguous.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, cool. And then I'm increasing my awareness by 1. So
Ooh!
that's total.
That's 4 total. Very cool. So you have an awareness of 4. Your swords are now the 2 through 7. Yeah, very cool. So Magnus is just like, hey, swords were working. I'm going to double down on that. Very cool.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Ooh, what you doing?
I got rid of the ace and the 2 of cups to do the 5 of cups, so that's the 1 XP.
Yep.
And then I spent 3 XP to add the 3 of pentacles to my pentacles group.
Okay. Very
So
cool.
That's it for me.
Nice. Just some simple upgrades. Very cool. Haley, what you
Because I
doing?
want to keep the 4.
Yeah, you like being more balanced across the suits. Nice.
My cards are a big mess. And they're back in the box.
Oh no!
And it's gonna take. It's gonna take me 15. It's gonna take me 15 minutes to sort through the cards to figure out where the 1 card is that I need. But I think I would like to do very similarly to Conlon, but with wands. Go up to 7. Put back the 2 and get an awareness point.
Very cool. Yeah. So you're both emphasizing the things you're good at, potentially having more wands to survive the shenanigans that was the last set of cards.
I was so mad
said, I literally was so excited to use wands, and then all wands got burnt within the first 15 minutes of the fucking stream.
I will say, you got a lot of use out of that 5 of wands, though. That 5 of wands was absolutely doing some lifting in the door challenge.
It absolutely was, because I had 4 cards left, and so every time I burnt, I have managed to just not burn it for a long time, and then out of nowhere it was.
Yeah. All right. That is reflection.
Next time I'll pull the card out.
Yeah. That is reflection. That is spending your XP. You all spent all of your XP, so normally if you had any leftovers, you'd keep them on your character sheet for later. Something we'll be adding.
First level up.
Yeah. Something we'll be adding on at some point at the spend 3 XP is boons. So ways of getting major arcana into your deck, things that like change the way you could play. So for example, lookout, you'd be able to potentially heal above the maximum awareness if you wanted to be able to do stuff like that. So like really getting beyond just like what cards are in my deck and like changing the way fundamentally that you can use the cards. Jesus, chat.
What?
Robert, no!
It got
Just
me.
wait until we run into a dream rabbit.
Revertables.
Oh man, we do love wands here. Wands and rabbits, excellent tools of the trade.
Everybody loves a good magic trick.
I can cast a couple spells. And excellent.
I liked mean daddy better.
Oh, you're like, okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, now you've apologized. I've
now
it's just dead. It's
I've
gone.
lost all credibility now.
This is going into a very different direction where I don't know if we can post this stuff on Patreon or Twitch.
The next time I see you, I'll just have to slap you around. That'll fix it. Rebalance it a little bit. Jesus.
I hope you all had fun while we were demonstrating the Beckoning Dream, which is the game that Matt has made.
Wait, what? We played a game?
We played a game. Everything's a game if you try hard enough. And thank you so much for joining us. We learned a lot.
Bye.
Learned a whole new TTRPG system. Learned a little bit about each other. And stick around for a raid. Jump into our Discord. Join us on Patreon. Go check out our VODs over on YouTube. We're almost to 400 subscribers. Go over there and subscribe. And yes, you can playtest this game. Let me put the link if you would like to follow along. Another Discord invite for you. There's obviously the Tales Discord where you can chat with us and be goofy and silly and make emojis out of Haley's face. You can also join the Discord server where Colin and I have a bunch of playtest projects, including Mork Soul, which we played a bunch of. And we got to do our smooth talking voices. And then there's the Beckoning Dream where we got to do our gravelly talking voices. And there's all kinds of other stuff happening there. We're building temporal upgrades, a cyborg zine. There's all kinds of stuff, fun stuff. So come in, come chat with us, talk about games, and all the cool stuff.
And then don't forget, next month, Haley's going to be jamming for all of us for all of December.
Animal Pirates, wee!
We have to decide now. Are we doing gruff animal voices or
I'm just
squeaky?
playing that guy. I'm doing a five. Get ready for that shit for all of December. I've decided that was not the plan, but I'm locking it in.
I'm changing the theme of the stream now.
It's Ultron. We're just doing
Ultron.
the Avengers.
No.
I've been thinking a lot about meteors.
And I've been thinking a lot about how fun this game was. Thank you to my amazing players. Thank you to amazing chat for being fun the whole way through. Hope you enjoyed it and can't wait to see y'all more. Stick around for a raid. Be good to yourselves. Be good for one another.
Thank you, Matt.
We are deeply thank you as well. We are deeply thankful for all of you. Some gratitude and some Thanksgiving at this time of year.
Y'all are all right.
Wow.
Everyone enjoy your cold shower.
And on that note, are you ready for more tales?
I don't know anymore.
A tepid always, but we'll take it. Stick around for the raid. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.